while Popova gets his mic situated, hopefully it is picking up my microphone. Is it picking you up, Popova?
There we go.
All
I
right.
think we're good. I think we're good. But tell us in the chat.
Perfect.
Tell me if shit's fucked in the chat. Should be good now.
Yeah, I think we should be good.
But yeah, we have a wonderful game for you all tonight. I'm so very excited to be bringing to you to what my knowledge is the first Economy League game of the season. Rat Tactics Jesters versus Sheep Herd. I'm so excited. I love Economy. I think Economy is, dare I say, the best league. And immediately we have Yunara, the champion, that I don't understand.
Okay, so Yunara the champion, think about her a lot like Zeri, where it's like when she has her R, she's really strong. A lot of her damage is just tied into her Q. Her E is a mobility, and her W is a big slow. She's basically Zeri. If that helps at all.
Basically Zeri, gotcha. But
basically
she can't
Zeri.
Always Q, right?
She can't. Correct. She needs to auto like 8 times before she can catch her Q, and her Q is kind of like. It's kind of like a little Tiamat, but it goes like in targeted. It's not just an AOE.
Okay. Well, very excited to cast this champion that I don't fully understand. That's truly the pinnacle of Jokes right there. But on the other side, we've got a lot of dudes coming out of the work. We've got Set and Pantheon, so I'm going to assume that is going to be Pantheon either mid or jungle, probably jungle. Pantheon jungle seems more meta than Pantheon mid right now. I'm understanding
Yes.
correctly. I think I am.
There's also a Hui in the game, so I hope for my soul that the Pantheon would not be going mid lane when there's a Hui. But you never know. Could be Hui PC.
Yeah, Hui PC, Hui support, Hunkle.
Yeah.
I mean, they're trying
True.
to add Vayne to the jungle, right? So might as well just send everybody.
I honestly give everyone 200% damage to monsters. No one's a jungler if everyone's a jungler.
True. I so loathe that they're sending Vayne. But regardless of that, I'm got 2 big beef boys over on the side of the You've got Volibear, which I'm assuming is jungle, could again be top, and Galio, which I'm assuming is mid. Those are a lot of big boys, a lot of CC set up for Yunara. Now, okay, as someone who doesn't fully understand Yunara, help me understand. Is Yunara more like utility ADC focused or like carry ADC focused? Like
She is a hyper carry.
Okay.
She's a hyper carry. She's really strong at 3 items. Because once she gets enough attack speed where her Q kind of becomes like, it doesn't feel like such a chore to stack up. She becomes really, really strong. Her early laning does leave a lot to be desired, like super early. So there is room to potentially punish that. Rat Tactics Jesters does pick that Tristana, so could potentially go for something super engage, focus, and really just scrap in the spot lane.
Yeah. I mean, and it looks like there's heading down that territory, especially with that Rel there. It's 3 beefcakes and a Yunara so far for the Sheep Herd. So indexing a lot into that 80 carry. Now, you did a little bit of research on this team. Is there ADC for the Sheep Herd? Which player is that? Because I know there's like a lot of right now.
Yeah, the lobby bug. I believe their AD carry is. Hold on, I'm on the wrong op.gg.
Oh yeah, and they're gonna pick Braum.
Yeah.
So bottom lane
Okay.
is going to be the focus for this entire game. It's all in all the time. Both junglers should be sprinting there. Now, I think something that will be interesting to watch is post 6, once Pantheon has that ultimate. He has a lot of flexibility when it comes to when he chooses to gank bot lane, right? He doesn't need to be on the tempo of the clear, whereas Volibear needs to be on tempo. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Volibear has a much better clear than Pantheon when it comes to both health and speed. So I would be looking for the Sheep Herd jungler to get the advantage on. But it's economy. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, this is. I like an economy to like the LCK's Rise group, which if you don't know, the LCK kind of changed their format up a little bit, where they have like two groups, and those two groups like always just play everyone in their group, and the playoffs is like the entire upper group with the top three of the lower group. And the Rise group is like notorious for its like drafts don't matter, the games are completely bonkers. Like they're like some of the most fun games to watch, which is why I like economy. Because like again, nothing really matters. Like we could talk about how these drafts should be operating, but at the end of the day, I think these teams are just going to be like, we're going to 5v5 a lot. There's going to be crazy explosive team fights. So hell, we might get a Braum triple kill this game. You don't know. It's economy.
Yeah, absolutely. And real quick, Haunted W hitting us with the Prime. Thank you so much for your subscription. You're going to go to the last remaining Denny's in all of Vermont. Talk to our buddy Todd. Bang on the dumpster 3 times. He'll know you're there. Pancakes are on us. Thank you so much.
Did they ever like? Do we ever get like a reason why there's only one Denny's in Vermont, or is it just because like Vermont's just so small?
I mean, Vermont
or is it
do be small. We can do a quick search.
You're getting the hard-hitting facts around LVLCS, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I do see that there is only one Denny's in Vermont.
Okay.
But I'm not seeing any specifics on the closure of that Denny's restaurant.
Oh, well, dang. I mean, I feel like you're so close to like the other like states, though, that like it's not like down here in Texas where it's like, oh no, like for example, like we don't have a Canes where I live, so the closest Canes is 45 minutes away.
Yeah, I can hit up the volume. I think I'm the quiet one. I'm gonna bump myself up a little bit here, see if that helps. I found a local news story on the Denny's. The property was sold for $1.8 million, and it was in operation for over 50 years. But that's all the information we get.
Well,
you're good, Haunted. I'm Popoba, or Pappy Boa, or
I like the idea of just mispronouncing our names like just horribly. Like, and as the stream goes on, they progressively get worse.
And I'm joined by the Zodiac Killer. That's my co-caster's name.
Why
are we talking about Denny's? I never thought you'd ask, Karma. Denny's is a not the trend.
Proud sponsor.
Proud
sponsor.
Whenever someone subs, we have to talk about Denny's and how they sponsor low budget LCS. That's how things go here. And yeah, draft wise, it's all eyes on bot lane, baby. All eyes on bot lane. There might be some interesting things happening top with the Set Gwen matchup, especially later in the game.
It could also be Set Volley. That's the thing. It could also be Set Volley.
Oh,
Gwen Volley can both. True. Yeah, it could also be Huangle. Like, we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It could be Braum Jungle. We don't know that. I mean, we don't know. They literally haven't picked their roles.
Toro King, love your name. Denny's is king. Okay? Denny's is all-time goated. Alright? We're not doing Denny's slander here.
Fine. I'll just be over here sharpening my feathers.
But we will see here once pick ban sort of gets.
Well, once we get going, I mean, that's really the only real flex that needs to get cleared out. I mean, basically, the entire Rat Tactics has the Braum, which I think is still stupid OP right now. It's Braum into 4 melee champs. 3 essentially, because it's really hard to apply that passive on Gwen without getting one shot. Go ahead.
Well, just quick question. Does anyone know who won between Glue Eaters and Team Fried Chicken? Because certain somebody who shall
Team Fried
remain
Chicken.
nameless.
Team Fried Chicken won.
Okay. If you're wrong, the Schmecklegate... Actually, I'll take the heat. If you're wrong, I'll take the heat. Honestly,
I know I'm not wrong because I looked at the results.
We low-key need another Schmecklegate.
As you wish.
I've said this before. I'll say
We
it
need to
again.
shake the snow globe here at LBLCS. We need to shake the snow globe a little bit. Having 100+ teams in 8 leagues, it's just not. We really need to shake the snow globe with some controversy.
Yeah. But some, like, chill controversy, you know?
Yeah. Like, Ev Dingus loses one of his roles, and we have to figure out which one.
Nice.
So does this mean, by the way, he gets, like, 100 new roles?
Oh, yeah.
Since he has all the roles?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Yep.
Nice.
Every single season, Ev Dingus accumulates, like, 100 new roles. And because of the lineup bug, we still don't actually know where those champs are going.
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't know where people are going. I don't know. Because, I mean... the lineup bug... Actually, so, there was a bug we found out in scrims, and this is a PSA to anyone who plays this champion or scrims with it. If you are the AD carry and you are in that like the 5th slot role in the custom game, and you lock in Senna, even though you're playing AD carry, it will auto buy you the support item.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, we found that out in scrims last night, where it auto bought our AD carry the support item because he was in the 5th slot.
Wow, that's a little crazy.
Yeah, so we started game 3 with the support item. We had double support items. I was like, oh fuck.
I feel like that was not 5 minutes on the prediction. Or, I think my shit's actually just bugged. Never mind.
There's bugs all around. Everything on the internet is built on spaghetti code and flimsy foundation.
Spaghetti! Ooh! Yeah. Very excited, though. I do think it's gonna be Gwen top Volleybird jungle. Although, the dude's name who's playing... Actually, wait. Do you know who their top laner is?
I think it's Volleybird top, because the Volleybird top lane is the set and divers, and the opposing team took his set, which is really good, because this is fearless. So he is no longer allowed to pick set at all, so they don't have to ban it.
Yeah.
And set is really good this game, because, I mean, you have, again, 4 melee champs, and a lot of them are going to stack a lot of health, especially, like, Galio, because if he builds the standard, he'll go the Hollow Radiance into a Riftmaker, and that's a lot of health, with not a lot of armor either.
Yeah. I think, like, it'll be fun to watch Set Bombo Blast and try and hit Yunara. I do think one of the problems you might run into is you may Bombo Blast into 4 Beef Boys as Set, and then you're just kind of like, well, look what we have here.
Yeah. The problem might also be, though, is like everyone following up that set, because set jumping in is one thing, because he at least has that W shield, can at least try and take someone out with him. The Tristana doing the same thing is a little bit different. Tristana doesn't get a 5,000 health shield that does like 800 true damage. She's just an AD carry, and there is a lot of damage between Yunara and Gwen if they scale to their items. And that's a big if.
I think Gwen's side lane this game is absolutely massive. Yes, Sammy 2-slap, it is I, your father.
PBS.
Uh-huh. And yeah, if you haven't already seen it, because you will hear shortly, we have a sponsor this season. It is actually, unironically, some of my money just recycling back to the low budget LCS, because I already use this program. Unironically, I joined WTL. Well, actually, I joined what was used to be called Saltu a long time ago, and then I took a break. But I rejoined WTL this spring prior to the whole announcement. WTL We Teach League is an ecosystem of coaches, and honestly, it's like I'm gonna shill for it a little bit because I really believe in it. It's like the most cost-effective way to get coaching out there, and it inside of that coaching has like a built-in system to like help you be consistent and help you improve. So it's not just like one-off coaching where the coach tells you like a couple of things. It's like you're consistently working on getting better, and the coaches will come back and they'll help you work on certain things. It's really, I mean, it's great. And the community is great. I'm talking specifically about the Jungle Academy because that's, you know, the one that I've been a part of. But all of them are like really, really great. I mean, for the longest time, Alois was or is one of the coaches in the Top Lane Academy. No, not yet, Sammy. You weren't here. You weren't here. So we'll get to that in the intermission. But yeah, WTL. I won't talk too much about it, even though I totally just did. Great resource. Definitely look into it if you like want to get better at League, or you just want like a nice environment for improvement.
Yeah.
Anywho, I'm at 0%. I don't know about you.
I am also at 0%, so I'm right there with you, buddy.
Unable to download spectator data. We love a bug.
Oh!
Woo!
Yep, I just got that one too.
Okay, I do have the option to reconnect. Sometimes that works.
Yep. I am doing the same thing.
Yeah, Haunted W, good point. Broken by Concept, fantastic podcast. I've been listening to that for the last like 6 years, 5-6 years. Comes out on Mondays. Great listen. And we are into game here.
There we go. But yeah, so just taking a look across the rune pages, it is the really big things to note are kind of just the mid lane rune choices. Lucifer goes the phase rush on Galio. Shire going that berry on Hui. So just trying to get a little bit of both that, a little bit more defensive, a little bit more not super offensive, but a little bit more consistent damage, especially tied to your autos. So you don't have to burn as much mana. Lucifer going for that phase rush. I've seen this a little bit more popularized on Galio, especially in these longer range matchups. It lets you get in, get your trade in, get out without relative safety. Although it does mean diving into fights as the primary engage is a little bit hard, but he can still follow up and be a good secondary / follow-up dive partner with Red Panda.
Yeah. Really looking forward to seeing how all of the beefcakes are going to go down. Right now, it looks like we have a little 5-point, which I'm a little sad at. I kind of wanted Zammy, who I'm kind of tempted to call Zammy 2-slap. Get a little spicy with it. But, you know, all good. I love a Braum level 1. It's smart for the sheep herd to not get baited into a Braum level 1 here. But, you know, interesting choice here from the Gwen. Having it be actually Gwen jungle and not Volibear, where Gwen sort of just wants to perma-farm, I think does make this a lot harder for this Rel Yunara lane, because, you know, we see the Pantheon starting top lane is going to be pathing down towards this bot lane, which is, you know, double engage, sort of all-in champs. And it's going to be spicy. You know, we're going to see a lot of action down here. I expect Directed Tamara to take us down here a lot. And having the Gwen pathing away, I think, is going to hurt a little bit.
Yeah, it will hurt, especially because Yunara, again, is one of those champions. Yes, they are a hyper-scaling AD carry, but if you play around Yunara, you make sure they get ahead. It's going to do really well. As Pains are coming out, Set did have to blow that flash super early on, so good start here for Set and Divers in this top lane.
Yeah, Set and Divers saying, you know what? If you take my champion, that only makes me stronger. Picking up, you know, the enemy's titular character. So going to be watching that top lane matchup. And that makes it good for Gwen, who's pathing up there. Now, Gwen ganks, not the strongest, as you don't have any individuals set up. But when you have a Volibear, got some CC to work with there. So, excited to see what's going to happen in these next 20-30 seconds as these junglers are pathing down. We do see that the Sheep Herd have a nice ward in that dot brush. Not too much going to happen.
You're not too concerned, and the interesting thing to note here too is that yes, the Yunara rail lane might, they might be a little bit worse for wear. As trade coming on mid lane, but nothing really of value is gonna gain that other than some health bars getting traded. But Yunara is gonna potentially, they will have to potentially be careful here soon because the jungler's pathing down. But in the straight 2v2, Braum and Trist are the more safe lane because they don't, unless Braum throws himself to land that auto or land a Q and Trist jumps in, there's not a whole lot they can actually do aggression-wise into Yunara Rel, because Yunara does do a lot of sneaky burst damage with that Q augment.
Yeah. So, keeping our eyes on this so far here, neither jungler really sort of went for a gank, so we're just seeing another full clear down, full clear up. Gwen going to be a little bit ahead of schedule based on their clear tempo. But assist pings coming out here into that top tri-brush, so we might see a Pantheon gank coming out here. But there's a super sneaky deep ward on the Krugs. So not too much
so they will
there.
So they'll be able to spawn them out right now. Comms are probably coming out that Pantheon is starting those Krugs, so the bot side of the Sheep Herders now being able to play with full aggression into them, being able to know that they will be able to shove this wave in, because despite the fact that
Zammy going to be stunned up, but, not too much going to happen. Has a big old shield, and that's kind of what happens.
Yeah, just able to jump away. Again, they are the safer bot lane, right? You do have the good disengage ability with Braum. So the Rail not able to really find anything really aggressive here. 2v2, potentially if that Gwen comes down when there's level 6, one might be able to be found.
Yeah, but talk about level 6, as we're sort of getting there in these solo lanes. You've got a couple of globals that we're going to need to keep our eyes out on. The Galio will be coming out first. Not quite 6 yet. Is down a little bit of CS compared to the Wave, which you would be expected in a melee versus range matchup. But then also coming out from the Pantheon, which should be hit after not too many more camps. But I have to say the Sheepherd are doing a fantastic job getting vision on this Pantheon. They know where he is every single step of the way. Red Panda going aggressive for that deep ward. And they're going to be able to, back off and prevent anything bad from really happening in this bot lane.
Yeah, they're just kind of letting, and the big thing is, too, they're letting this Gwen farm, right? They're letting the Gwen farm, letting her get these items, get these level breakpoints, while Pantheon is still really strong at level 6, so he does have access to that global, is able to kind of join from anywhere, but Pantheon's breakpoint is really one item, right? It's once he gets that Sundered Sky, once he gets that crit on that jump and all that kind of burst sustain that he gets. So thus far, it's an even kill. Early lane, it's a slight lead, but it's really nothing that can't be overcome with maybe a wave freeze.
Yeah, Dragon looks like it was started up by Pantheon, and wave pressure coming down, but they can contest. About 3,000 HP, so still quite healthy. The Gwen here as well. Pantheon about half HP. They're having trouble getting into the pit, though, so it looks like they are just going to concede it. That's honestly a very nice example of how having pushing lanes can help secure you a neutral objective. You had the Prio mid, you had the Prio bot, you get the Drake.
Yeah, I mean, a large portion of it is also no level breakpoints on your Gwen or your Yunara.
Yeah.
So there's really no need to kind of take these fights. You are just flat out weaker at this point, just because you don't have your powerful buttons. We will be seeing these laners and the jungler get these buttons soon.
Mm-hmm.
So potentially those kind of things in the future, might turn into fights.
Yep. We're just going in there, getting poked a little bit for it. But yeah, level 6 button coming out now for Yunara. Yellow level 6 button also available for the Pantheon and Gwen. That level 6 for the Gwen is going to be one of her main ganking tools, so usage of that will be critical when it comes to converting any sort of gank movement. We're going to see Zammy going forward as there goes the Pantheon ultimate. That's going to be the Braum ultimate followed up. A nice crash down from Gwen, though, and Woven the Alchemist has bought quite a bit of space. There goes the ultimate from Yunara, but it does look like Rel will give their life for their ADC. Good, honorable support thing to do is now Primo going to jump back in. Woven Alchemist going to potentially be in a little bit of trouble. Spear might be good. The Braum Q Winter's Bite finds it. And Woven Alchemist and Red Panda get taken down to that level 6. Jimmy McElroy grand entrance. Or is it Skyfall?
Woven out. Grand Starfall.
There you go.
It's close enough. But Woven Alchemist just, just trying to potentially get some chip damage in, make sure they can't potentially dive them, and then they just kind of end up diving him. But great, again, that's the power of the Pantheon. Once he hits level 6, able to kind of be anywhere. But if you don't have the vision on him, and they did such a good job in the early laning phase, getting those wards out, knowing where he is. But right now, it's dark, right? And so Pantheon found the opening.
Yeah, absolutely. Pantheon found that nice opening after a little bit of a sleepy early game, and that's going to be really good because where Pantheon thrives is going to be in this sort of earlier game. The Gwen will do a lot more damage as we move on. But as long as those ults are hitting, that's what you want to be doing. Got that Drake. Got the ults. Zammy might be in a little bit of trouble. Nice dodge. Good feat there from Zammy 2-slap. And speaking of 2-slap, I did tell Sammy that I would make him a waffle, so I am going to make a waffle. If you want a waffle, you can spend your channel points. And I'll make you a waffle. Toppings might be available, depending. Ooh, we do see a flash here. Top lane. Set and Diver is going to potentially be in a little bit of trouble, but staying quite healthy for now. Did have to earn that flash, but is going to be okay. So now see Lucifer going in on that mid lane. Some nice damage out to Shire. Poke damage will be returned.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is that there's actually nothing really gonna have you down here. But the biggest thing is with that Galio lane is it's just kind of a neutralizer, right? He's now at the point where Hui doesn't have enough in his full rotation.
A huge fight. Grand entrance coming in through, and Zammy is going to be all but deleted, sniped by Woven Alchemist. But Jimmy McElroy and Shire also here as well. Red team picking up that feat of warfare as Lucifer is going to be forced to run. Woven Alchemist might be in a little trouble, but is able to dash. Lucifer, lots of damage, bomb on the head, has to go back in for the re-engage. Cremo looking to take it down, but eventually taken by Jimmy McElroy, getting the reset on that W, and that is a massive fight for Rat Tactics Jesters.
Yeah, Rat Tactics Jesters do a really good job. I mean, they get the initial pick, but the price of entry to get that Rel is too high. They're not able to get any, or sorry, not the Rel, the Braum, excuse me. The price of entry on that Braum is too high. The Hui does so much chip damage with the QE, with that ultimate, that it just, the cleanup fest, right? The Janitors come through, they Zamboni the fight, and pick up 3 more kills for themselves.
Yep. Zamboni the fight in G. Jimmy McElroy, a huge winner of that fight, has that Sundered Sky now, and is feeling pretty healthy on this Pantheon. Actually, we can go ahead and take a look and see that is where a good chunk of the gold lead for the Rat Tactics is going to be sitting, for 46 to 3,700. And yeah, you're going to be sitting pretty.
Yeah, and I mean, it is good. Nice, you did get that kill onto your Nara, so she's able to get some gold back into her pocket. But now it's a game of, all right, we got to start playing around this Pantheon, right? Got to keep trying to get vision on him, and if he oversteps, if he finds that shutdown, that could be a big way back to get out of this early game hole.
Yeah, and they are going to be going ahead and picking up this dragon here. I doubt there'll be much of a contest here from the Sheep. The Sheep did manage earlier during that first Pantheon game get all 3 grubs. So we are currently at 1 neutral monster to 2 neutral monsters when it comes to the feats. And Grubs is a really good one to have, especially when you're thinking about that first turret, although a unleashed Tristana that's sort of able to auto to their heart's content is going to be a problem, as Red Panda is finding out here. But is potentially going to be even more of a problem for their turret.
Yep. They just zone them off the wave, able to walk in that brush. Red Panda walks up, gets tagged with the Bronze Q, and loses a big chunk of their HP.
Yep. Sammy, I believe, support item just upgraded. Play. That is Zammy, not Zammy. Okay, Sammy, can I not call him Zammy to slap? Is that?
I feel like that's appropriate. If you want my professional opinion, I feel like that's appropriate. Like for this game, you know what I mean? I feel like it's appropriate.
Yep. We do see Pantheon actually hiding here in bot lane. Grand Starfall.
Cheeky little lane gank. They're just getting zoned off the wave, so it will eventually push into them just because Tristana does auto push. But they are losing out on a good amount of XP just getting zoned off here, so.
Yep. And Lucifer, you know, trying to find these trades here. Mid lane. Didn't have the most impactful first ultimate, which is really a lot of what you're sort of playing for on this Galio. That's gimmick infringement. Alright. I see.
I didn't know we copyrighted gimmicks now.
Yeah, crazy. Did you see now the other side, the sheep bringing in their jungler? Potentially a sneaky little lane gank, and then eventually going to just fall. Herald spawning in 15 seconds. If the Rat Tactics Jesters pick this up, that is going to be Feats of Warfare. We do see Heartsteel being picked up for the set. Cosmic Drive is going to be the item here for the Volibear. But looks like Rat Tactics Jesters are going to be in a great spot to go ahead and pick up this Herald. He is being called out by blue side, but they don't have the positioning on it quite. Galio is available, so Set and Divers could go in there, but would need Bardo Jr. to help, and Ace is extremely healthy for right now, but unpick potentially. Flash away from Shiria, but there goes the Volibear ultimate. We're watching two sides. Bardo Jr. taking so much damage, and the Galio ult cannot save you if you are already gray screen. Set and Divers going to be pushed off of Shire, and Jimmy McElroy with the damage coming through. Red Panda has come up to assist, but you've got a Galio and a Rel alone. Nothing to do damage on top, and Primo now coming up here with the broom, but Jimmy McElroy going to pick up that one as well. And this is one healthy aspect of war.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because the pick was kind of there, but the Gwen and the Galio couldn't really lock down, or in the Gwen's case, pump in enough damage because they just got completely zoned off by Set, right? And once that Gwen kind of takes a big chunk of the damage, she doesn't have the AP to heal with that needlework too much. So she just kind of gets instantly chunked. Galio ult a little bit too late to save their life, and it's just really another big skirmish win for the side of Rat Tactics.
Absolutely. Now, I do think they'll have a game on our hands because the scaling on the side of the sheep herd is much better than on the side of Rat Tactics. Specifically with the Gwen. I don't actually know with Yunara. I feel like Yunara scales better than Tristana, but I don't actually know.
Yunara scales better in 5v fights, Tristana scales better in 1v1s. So like 3 items versus 3 items, Tristana probably has a little bit more upfront burst just so she can get the bomb off. But in a team fight, Yunara just pumps out so much damage. Because the other thing about her ultimate that makes her so powerful is when you use her ultimate, your Q, the thing you have to stack up 8 times, it's always on for the duration.
Lucifer going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Jaw's going to be finding him. Lots of resistances added, but it might not be enough. Here comes the ultimate. And the W from afar, Shire picks it up with a long-range snipe.
Yeah, and large portion of that is, again, he does have the the Hall of Radiance, but doesn't really have that much armor. He just has the Ninja Tabi, but that's not enough to deal with this Pantheon, especially with that completed Sundered Sky. So a lot of that damage comes in from the Pantheon. Thing about this game right now is just kind of set up for the Zambonis, right? Pantheon does a large portion of the damage, then Zamboni of Quake kind of comes in and sweeps him up off the ice.
I'm loving the extended Zamboni metaphor. As we do see now, the third dragon going to be going over to the side of Rat Pack Jesters, as they are going to be well on their way to Sold Point with a little 5,000 gold lead. And this has been a very clinical game from them.
Yeah, it has been. It's been clinical throughout the early game, just the early game skirmishes, right? I mean, playing to their strengths, they have the better skirmishing comp because you do have the Braum, you do have the Pantheon. That's one point and click stun, followed up by another stun on no target. So you're able to kind of chunk an important member low, which normally is a frontliner, so that means the backliners can't safely walk up and pump in damage. It just kind of snowballs itself from there in these skirmishes.
Absolutely. Feats of Warfare, undoubtedly, by the way, going to be in the hands of the Rat Pack Jesters. And we do see now that that mid turret has fallen, we do see a swap. Bot laners are going to be in that mid lane. We're going to see the action sort of moving up there. But
yeah, if you're the side of the sheep herders,
yeah,
you have to pick on the side lane with this Galleon and with this Rel. Right? Mm-hmm. That is your best CC combination to lock someone down. It's most likely going to have to be this way. Hui in a side lane can be pretty susceptible, especially if he overextends himself. His only real mobility is shoot, what ability is it? I think it's WQ. I say this and I'm the Hui, and I'm like a Hui player. I should know what ability this is. I'm pretty sure it's right. WQ. It's the river of movement speed.
Yeah. The one that goes whoosh.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, he's now Hecarim. Oh, okay.
One thing that I am impressed by is, despite the kill differential, there's a 30 CS gap in the jungle that Gwen has been maintaining. That means they're not that far behind in terms of itemization. They're pretty close in on their second item, which is where Jimmy is at as well. Now, Jimmy does have the boots, which is a pretty big difference, but keeping parity, especially with such a high, kill differential, is to be applauded in terms of their pathing.
Yeah, it's really nice farming. I mean, their farming in the jungle tempo has been really good. I mean, they've been able to kind of cycle their camps really well. It's just that they've taken the early fights, especially around those grubs, that early scrap, when those are scraps that Pantheon excels in. Right? He is known as this, you can't really beat him in skirmishes just because of how much skirmish power he has.
Yeah. They're going to see Otacon spawning now. Seems to be on the table for the Rat Tactics. Now, do you think... I'm seeing a lot of calls in the chat. Oh, hand on. All right. Pantheon ult going to be utilized, and Flash going to be the response there from Wolven Alchemist, just weaving themselves a nice little hole out of the situation.
Yep. And back into the darkness he goes.
Lucifer going to be getting some vision on this Otacon. If it is started, both teams will know that is the case. Now, I do want to say, I think the Otacon is a great opportunity for the sheep herd to get back into this game. If you don't know, which I'm assuming all of you do, shreds resistances like crazy. So if you can let Rat Tack Jesters start tanking it up, start doing it, get the resistance shredded, and then go in for the engage without getting too many of your resistances shredded, it can be a huge game changer here.
Right. It'll have to come from a creative angle, though, because the one issue is that they get really outranged, all of them, by Hui. Hui has a ton of value in these river fights, because a lot of them if they kind of 5v5 kind of smash their heads into each other, they're all running into Hui damage. So they will need to find an angle. It could be this Gwen. I mean, Gwen on a flank is terrifying if she gets access to that back line, especially because she's going for a lot burstier build. I mean, you don't really see the Rift Maker. You don't see the Rift Maker, which I know is pretty common in top lane. I don't know how common it is in jungle. So, again, to get access to that back line, could see some big damage come out.
Yeah. I think in jungle you tend to need to be more like focused in your itemization versus like you're not as sustain oriented when you're playing jungle. So I think it's more common to see this build, but I don't play much jungle. We are going to see an engage here. Red Panda going to be the target. Nice crash down is going to be found though. Shire might be in a little bit of trouble. Hero jumping over the wall. Lots of damage going over the top as the Hui is absolutely shredding. Primo now going to be the target, but Wolven Alchemist is finding a nice parapet to throw their damage from on the backside, but they have to be careful with Ace now. That coming in and Set and Divers, not enough. The beefy boys in front of the Woven Alchemist. Ace coming out here from Rat Tactics Jesters, and they're going to be able to pick up the Dragon Soul and their Otacon.
Yeah, I mean, it's the ability that they have to. It's kind of like I said, right? It's like they get it's a 1-for-1 pick. Like, okay, that's good, and they feel like this is their opportunity. We have to keep pressing for more, but they just have to walk through all this kind of Hui DPS, and it's the double burn, so you have to walk through all the magma and the QEs and just these obnoxious tools, and they're not able to get onto the Tristana because of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was just so much damage coming out here from the side of RTJ. A good example of the best defense is a good offense.
Oh, 100%. And again, his scoreline kind of shows it. He's 1-0-11, which is like one of the most Hui scorelines ever. Mm-hmm. It's like, dang guys, can I get a kill once in a while? Yeah, like, jeez guys.
Y'all got any more of them kills?
Yeah, exactly. We got a 7-kill Pantheon. He doesn't need all of them kills. He's a jungler, man. He gets all these camps for free. Meanwhile, I'm out here fighting for my life mid lane.
Nah, camps ain't free. Camps ain't free. I tell you. But yeah, no, it's a very quick.
This is coming from a jungler and a mid laner, so like this is like the dichotomy of the cast right now.
Nah,
I'm saying no, my lane's so hard to farm and your lane's easy. You're like, no, mine's so hard to farm and yours is easy.
You never get invaded. You're never just like chilling and all of a sudden, you know, there's a.
I'm the one who has to deal with like everybody being in my lane at once the most.
That's true. So we are going to see nice Braum ultimate catching out the Rel there. Red Panda going to be in a lot of trouble. Wolven Alchemist not quite going to be able to save them, but Red Panda is going to be alive for now. Bardo Jr. dropping that Needlework ultimate. Lots of damage going on to Zami. Not going to find the kill, but everyone does stay alive for the sheep herd.
Yeah, and you're able to get Shire's TP, so which is pretty nice. You're able to get that TP out. Again, right now, if you're the sheep herd, it's just small victories, right? You need to look for these small victories. Okay, we got his TP. So, you know, if he's on one side of the map, we're able to punish across map. That's what you need to find right now, and you just need to keep holding your water, keep holding the line. If you're able to do that and keep scaling, eventually you'll get even.
Ooh, lots of trouble here there for Red Panda, trying to save that tower, but it was doomed to fall.
Yeah, just jumping in, trying to make something, trying to maybe swing for the fences there, not able to find it, and yeah, I mean, look, desperate times call for desperate measures too. Right? I mean, sometimes, hey, you're in a position, you know, you kind of feel, you know, you felt like the game has started to slip, so you kind of need to look for a play, maybe look for some desperation. But there's gonna be a 26-minute Baron going over to the side of the Jesters.
Yeah, picking that one up, as well as potentially Bardo Jr. here. A nice face breaker. We'll see what happens with the Haymaker. There goes the ultimate in. Bardo Jr. getting stunned up by Zami, and Ace is now on a killing spree.
Yeah, really nice job. And listen, I experienced it a little bit, right, with like other people picking my champions. There is no worse feeling in the world than someone picking your champion. A champion like, oh my god, like for me it's like Victor, right? It's like, oh my god, Victor's up, I might get to play him, and then someone first picks him and then just beats your ass with it. There's no worse feeling in the world.
Yeah,
because you're like, that should have been me.
It's rough. I feel that when I play into Wukongs, or if I'm playing into a Warwick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's like it's Victor and White. Like, you know, my two permanent clear the wave. No one, don't talk to me, don't interact with me champions.
I thought you said you had a sweat for that CS, huh?
Oh,
What,
no, of course not. Oh yeah, like, do you know how hard it is
Nice
to like
up there.
aim Victor E, dude?
No.
Listen, man. So it's the most honest and hardworking skill shot in the game.
The blue collar skill shot, if you will.
Yeah, it's a blue collar skill shot, man. It totally just doesn't have like Nautilus Q width.
You heard it here first. Victor E, definitely skillful.
Yeah, it's very skill based.
Interesting. Is this the normal Pantheon build? You go Unending Despair?
I don't think so. I think a lot of the standard build is Sterix here, but he is kind of at the point where it's like, hey, I just can't die. Like, if I die, it's pretty rough. So just going for as much resistances and tankiness as possible. So again, you will be able to get in these fights, survive, live through it, and go on with this day.
Yeah, we're gonna see, pushing in all the lanes here. Baron buff should be expiring relatively soon. Go ahead. Yeah, gonna be leaving us in a couple of seconds here. Bardo Jr. trying to fight for their life. Now this is the hard part as a jungler, okay? Now, enemy team has control, through no fault of my own, maybe some fault of my own, of my jungle, as that bot inner turret is going to fall down. And now I can't get my camps. Now I can't even get them.
Yeah.
The waves still come into us, right? The waves are still coming, but the camps are gone.
Well, no. Look, if you look on the map, there's like a full top side up. You just gotta go a little bit of the ways. Well, it's not just. There's no sign out front that says for Pantheon only. You can go take it. Just like how they're taking Elder right now.
That's true. Elder buff will be secured here for the side of Rat Tactics Jesters, and they are going to look to take this chicken camp. They're going to look to go ahead and end this game here. Likely 4-man push down the mid lane with a side wave coming in with Quay. Wolven Alchemist to hold this turret, but it is going to fall fast. And Lucifer, maybe a little bit of trouble there. Nice little double taunt, but here comes the Grand Starfall. Stunned up there. Lucifer has to be careful. Ultimate use for Woven Alchemist, but not going to be able to find any purchase with it. As
There goes Yunara's R.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yunara's R is down, so that's their big like team fight tool. So the last second fight's going to be a lot harder now.
They are clearing the wave nicely, but there's another one waiting for them in bot wave. In now. Turret healing up on the fountain. Lucifer going to go in underneath this turret. Nice taunt up. Going to be found as Ace will be taking the turrets there, but Set and Divers goes in and gets absolutely popped. Bardo going to be the next target. Gwen is immune for now, though, as they're going to find themselves backed up into their fountain. Lucifer going in. Jump forward, crash down. A little bit of damage is going to be found, but Bardo Jr. gets absolutely demolished on the platform. Red Panda is going to be next. Just too much damage coming out from the side of our Game 1 winners, Rat Tactics Jesters.
Yeah, in dominant fashion, really. I mean, 4 people didn't die. I'm sure they'll all be reporting for after the game, for dying twice. But no, in all actuality, like, really clean game from start to finish. But if you're the side of sheep herders, hey, shake it off. Tough game. You can't let it get to you. Just gotta move on to the next one.
Well, yeah, and in games like that, it's, Actually, let me shill a little bit here for WTL. So, if you ever listen to the Broken by Concept podcast, there's a concept that they utilize when they're reviewing games that they call end of review. It's a really useful tool, and essentially all it is when you're reviewing your games, you're trying to figure out what you did wrong. The first big thing that you can identify that is something that you think you did wrong is where you stop looking at the game entirely. Because everything after that point has happened in light of that mistake. So the only thing that you can do is fix that one mistake and move forward. So in this instance, I feel like some of those like early game skirmishes where you're just expending a few too many resources from Sheepherd, especially, from the more like scaling Gwen, I think that's your end of review. I think that one bush fight where you got the enemy team got 3 kills and you were sort of opting into it with Galio ult, that's my end of review for you, Like, okay, we figured it out, we learned, we're gonna win this next one,
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing. It just kind of comes down to like a lot of these games, especially in like today's League of Legends, a lot of games just kind of come down to one mistake. Right, it's one bad team fight, it's one missed overstep. It's things like that where if you clean up that one mistake, we could be looking at a totally different game. We could still be playing, right?
Yep.
But that you still have to give credit to Rack Tactic Jesters, because again, they punished the mistakes. They took them down, right, and so they reap the rewards of now being up 1-0.
Yeah. And they are going to be up 1-0. We're waiting here to see who is taking what side. As we are looking at getting into game 2. Oh, we can go ahead and end that prediction. Pretty healthy prediction. Rat Tactics Gestures were overall favored. I love to see a healthy bet spread. Okay? Good job. You did it. Yeah, I got you, Karma. Don't you worry. Nice healthy 28k being distributed amongst the populace. But yeah, draft wise, what's happening to Pantheon here?
Well, Pantheon's no longer available. Because of Fearless.
Oh, so you know what? I totally forgot.
The benefit of Fearless.
Yeah. God, I really love Fearless. I did get to play like a couple scrims in the off season that were Fearless. Really fun. Good time.
I love Fearless so much. It's so interesting. Although I will say it does get kind of messy for some of the teams I'm on, where our drafts sometimes are really, really baked in the oven. Right, we put them in the oven. We cranked it to 450. We accidentally set it for 300 minutes instead of 30 minutes. Now we've burned the house down.
Yeah, it really. I love champion diversity too. That's some of my favorite shit. So I'm super excited to see Set not on the table for Set and divers. Volibear gone. Tristana gone. Braum gone. Braum, big power pick, honestly, in the bot lane. So. We'll see here. Thanks for the banana, by the way, Sammy. I'll put it in my smoothie here in a second. Gosh, very exciting here for game 2. So, not knowing too much about these individual players' champ pools, maybe there's some archetypes that we can think about going into this game 2. Pantheon not available. What about something like Vi? Has a little bit of a similar fighting style, or you could do something like a Nocturne that has that similarly global ultimate.
Yeah. Vi might be a little bit better just because Braum is now off the table, although you would really like to... The problem with Vi B1 is that there are a lot of answers into Vi. Xayah is a really good answer. All the champions that are available, because you would just pick Braum and do it normally. You would just kind of I
think Xayah was banned last draft, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. Um, I think it was. I kind of lost the draft link. I'm not gonna lie. I actually closed out the page.
I have it
Um,
here. But actually, I don't know. This is an interesting question. Um, will it automatically move to the next draft for the overlay? I think it should, right?
it should. In theory, if like the if Oppenheimer's taught me anything, in theory, it should work.
Okay.
But theory only gets you so. Also, I love our DMs because the last message I got from you was the triangle of sand and dirt.
Hey, listen, soil characteristics and
Because
knowing what counts as a
we
loam.
are casting systems at the low.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! And then systems of the low memes. And then when did I? Why did I in on April 17th? Why did I send you a realistic plush of a shoe bill?
I mean, don't worry about it.
Was this when we were talking about animals
Probably.
on stream?
We're probably talking about the Shoebill Stork, because I think that thing looks like a dinosaur.
Shoe bill storks are like one of the most, in my opinion, they're like one of the most vicious creatures on Earth.
Yeah.
Have you heard what they sound like, dude?
Oh, it's crazy.
They sound like a freaking machine gun going off.
Yeah, it's wild. If you've never seen a Shoebill Stork in person, try it.
Yeah, go be one. They love hugs.
Is that true?
No. They would fuck you. They would probably fuck you up if you gave it a hug.
Don't hug the scary dinosaur birds, okay? Now, looking at this game, I'm curious, Damaru, actually, now that I see you talking about Zodiac a little bit. What's the branch out from Hui? Have you also become a Victor player, or what's happening there? As we are
No, he just took my Victor from me in game 1 when we played last week.
Classic. Hey, that's how you do it. You know, you just find someone else who one tricks Hui, and then you steal their whole champ pool.
Yeah. I see what he did. I mean, shit, I can't deny it. Kind of what he did.
Oh, thank goodness we have another low budget LCS staple here in the chat. Honestly,
I was
a little late there, buddy. You're post game 1, okay?
Yeah. I mean, we can restart the series. We can ask them to restart the series.
Yeah,
so we can ask them to restart. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. It does look like on game 2. Okay, cool.
Now,
and I can refresh
for my sports update of the series.
Oh.
I don't want to alarm any Philadelphia Eagles fans out there, but you are currently losing to the Dallas Cowboys.
Now, all right. I might be a esports caster, but I don't know shit when it comes to traditional sports. Hey, you know what, little robot man? Respect the hell out of it. The fact that you still made it, I'm just giving you shit because we need to buy time.
True.
Little robot man has said LeChance licks toes, which, by the way, LeChance does lick toes.
He does lick toes.
On every single low-budget LCS stream for the past, 10 years? 12 years? Something crazy.
10 years?
Yeah.
Dang.
Not 10.
Have we been around for 10 years?
We've at least been around for 5.
I know, because I have the role.
Yeah.
I was there and it was kind of cool. Wait, what's the role say? Hold on, I can find the exact role name. Oh, it just says 5th year anniversary. It used to be like some super long title. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
It was like I was there for the 5-year anniversary of LBLCS and all I got was this stupid role.
Yeah. That sounds right. We are going to go ahead and get a switch up here. I'm changing the titles here just so you know. Sheep Herd are going to be on red side here. So update that. Go. So Sheep Herd have opted to go red side here. So that does give them that last counter pick. Lets them hold some of their resources till later on in the game. And yeah. Be exciting to see how our guys first or last pick enjoyers. I am a last pick enjoyer because I always have to. I'm a jungler. Okay, typically speaking, I think you should pick jungle first or second pick of the draft. So I like it if I can at least see one champion on their team, because a lot of times it'll be the ADC. And like Zodiac was saying, if there's something like a Xayah coming out, if I see a Xayah, then I don't want to pick like Vi, but I do want to pick like Jarvan, who serves the same function as Vi, but can trap Xayah because she can't get over the wall of Cataclysm. Now, we are going to see Xayah banned out, so that particular interaction not going to be a concern here for the Sheep Herd. Very similar bans here to the Game 1 draft. In fact, nearly identical across the board. Alistar should be the last ban on the other side. No Wukong ban, however, and the Mel ban is new as well. I think looking into for those champions. Yeah, there comes the Wukong first pick up here for the Rat Tactics. Great jungle champion, great team fighter, good skirmisher. Going to be another, impactful jungler here for Jimmy, I think his name is. Nocturne Orianna going to be instantly snapped now down on the other side, which I love for the Sheep Herd. I'm assuming
it's a disgusting combo. So disgusting.
You can send that Ori ball further than you could have ever imagined. And, it's a little gross.
Oh,
Aurelion Soul on the other side. So Rat Tactics committing to a fair amount of scaling here. Wukong, not really that much of a champion prior to level 6, and then post-level 6 really needs to get that Triforce to be impactful. So it does need a fair amount of resources here. Cassante going to be the presumably top lane pickup, leaving the full bot lane here for Rat Tactics to the second rotation. Sheep Herd, you have that final counter pick, but leaving the bot lane up means, nothing in particular gets countered, I suppose, although, I don't know if Aatrox is a counter.
Yeah, you will be able to get the support counter, which is kind of the thing that matters the most in bot lane. Now, for these solo lane matchups, I know Asol Ori can get pretty tough for Orion, especially as the game goes on. Ori does a lot of upfront burst damage in her trades. But the thing is that once Asol hits level 9 with Rylays, he kind of just shuts down lanes, right? It's the wave walks up, he'll drop his E right in front of it, he'll spit on it, and the wave will instantly die. And so Ori kind of has to overstep sometimes to trade into the Asol to try and punish that, and that's when Wukong can come in and punish that.
I see. Yeah. So this will be a very different game to Game 1. But I'm very excited for it.
So you do get the Rakan and Milia bans answered by the Jinx and Kaisa ban, and then the Zeri's going to come out from the Sheep Herd. So we got new Zeri, and, well, now we get Zeri.
Yep. New Zeri, now old Zeri. Bane.
This would be crazy. Yeah. This is such a crazy lock-in right here.
That is bold.
That's pretty bold. Like,
it could be Vungler.
No. Shit. It could be. It could be Asol top lane.
Yeah.
I've screamed with Asol top lane.
Or Asol APC.
Yeah, it could be Asol support. I don't know how he'd get stacks, but like, he could do it.
Sammy calling out the support picks here for Rat Tactics and saying he isn't Zammy 2-slap? Hello?
That's what I'm saying.
Seraphine going to be the pickup here. Not quite what Sammy was expecting. A little bit of a different genre of champion.
So it is, so you do have the Seraphine locked in, so that is going to kind of help out with some of the dive and the running in, and then the Janna locked in. Okay.
So game
These are the economy drafts that I'm expecting. Because I'm not going to lie, these comps are all over the place on what they want to do.
What do you mean?
You have a Nocturne Ori who wants to dive in and one-shot something. You want Janna who wants just to get everyone away from her. Zeri who wants people just to sit in front of her and just be a meat wall. And then Aatrox is just there, right? Meanwhile, on Rack Tactics, it's like you have like this weird, like, you scale so hard because you have Vayne Aesol and then you have the Wukong to bridge. But strangely enough, their team fighting, like, one item is really good. Like, it's so odd.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I'm terrified for Vayne here. I'm gonna be real. I mean, I'm not, because I don't like Vayne players. I will be upfront about that. So it's fine. But it's not an easy game to play a short range ADC.
No, not at all. Because the biggest thing is that you have to be careful of if you're Vayne is you have to itemize some defensive item within your first two items. Because if you don't, and this Orianna just plays balls to the wall and goes full burst, you are getting deleted by Nocturne Ori.
Oh yeah.
There is no saving you.
On the other hand, I've seen Vaynes be cringers, and actually no, I don't know that I've seen Vaynes be cringers. I've seen Zeri's be cringers and build like Titanic Hydra.
I don't. Okay, so the build right now, from what I've seen, is you'll first item experimental hexplate, but then you'll go yes, because it's the attack.
Carries, stop stealing my bruiser items, okay? Those aren't for you. They should be blacked out. You don't get to pick them, okay? Stay in your lane.
They ruin all the fun for all of us.
It's like when people take my jungle champs and bring them top lane and make them OP, and then my champs get nerfed. Fucked up.
True. But
anyway, please continue.
So the reason you'll go up is because you do get all that bonus health, so it makes you relatively tanky. But the biggest thing is you smash that R button, you get a burst of movement speed and attack speed, which is things Zeri loves.
That's
right?
True. Yeah, she does.
And then it's just Runan's IE, or Runan's. In this instance, you'll probably go Runan's LDR for the Cassante.
What's the worst that could happen?
Runan's LDR for the Cassante. Well, given game one, I'm very excited to see Jimmy McElroy on this Wukong. Now, Wukong is a little bit of a signature champion for myself, so I will probably be over-analyzing their ability usage, their pathing, their combos, everything. My apologies in advance, Jimmy. No, it all comes from a place of love. We are going to go ahead and see. Wait, we can't make any predictions. I was like, Janna top? Nope. I got baited.
Nope. I wish, honestly, that this was roll order. Like, I wish you had to, like, play this. So, like, you'd have, like, Aatrox. Who was their jungler? Yeah, you'd have Aatrox Orianna bot lane against Aesol Seraphine.
Yeah, beautiful.
Wouldn't that would just be fun?
It would be fun. And maybe that's the next evolution of Fearless. Instead of like Fearless draft.
However you roll up into lobby, you can't move from where you are.
Or it's literally just you have to pick a random champion. Everyone rolls a random champ.
Game 5, random champs.
Game 5, everyone picks a random champ. No, Game 5, everyone has to go to Ultimate Bravery. Roll an Ultimate
Oh, yeah. That's...
Let's see.
Or you do Nemesis Draft, where the opposing team picks your champion.
Mm-hmm.
I love Nemesis Draft. Nemesis Draft is... Because, like, the idea of Nemesis Draft is like, oh, yeah, I'll give this guy I'm going to pick, like, Set, so I'm going to give this guy this bad matchup and pick TK. And he goes like, okay, well, I'll give you, like, a Nivea. Or something stupid like that.
Yep. And, just in case anyone's curious, I did a little quick Ultimate Bravery roll. And it's actually not bad. It's AP Kled Jungle.
Okay.
With Barrier Smite.
Okay, at least you got Smite.
You start with an Abyssal Mask. So,
That's not bad.
That's not
Does
bad at
Kled
all.
have AP scalings?
I don't know. I could not tell you.
At least, like, if your team has a lot of magic damage, you'll be useful.
Yeah. And then eventually you do get to build a Nashor's Tooth, and at last item you can build an Experimental Hexblade. So.
Oh! See, that would be really good if you could build it, like, 4 items ago.
Yeah. 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 And it does have you taking Guardian for your runes. So, just gank a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just rolled a Volibear build. Unironically, Volibear can build whatever and be fine. You can do whatever you want on that champ, and you can find a way to make it work. I don't think I could see an item on Volibear and say, nah.
Volibear is like the he's like the Thanos of Ultimate Bravery. Because he just kind of gets to do whatever and build whatever he wants.
He's got AP scalings, he's got AD scalings, he likes being a tanky, he likes having attack speed.
Yeah. He just kind of gets to build whatever because he just has ridiculous base numbers.
So we've got a little bit of a one-sided prediction this time, although Dr. Jekyll will be very happy if the sheep pull this one out.
I also like the idea of, like, Game 5, you just don't even play League of Legends. You just go play, like, a completely different game.
Okay, Game 5 is variety.
Yeah, Game 5 is, like, Pico Park speedrun versus. So, like, whoever finishes Pico Park first.
Dang, that's crazy.
Or, like, I don't know, we could be like normies and go play, like, Valorant or something.
Interesting. Are we going to start loading in this game here?
No. Why am I reading a report from the Eagles-Cowboys game? Eagles standout defensive tackle Jalen Carter was ejected from Thursday night's game after Dallas Cowboys before the first play from scrimmage for spitting on Dak Prescott.
Oh, classy.
How do you get ejected before the first snap of the first game? That's kind of impressive.
Apparently you spit on someone.
I guess so.
I didn't know Aurelion Sol had an Ink Shadow skin. That's cool.
Oh yeah, no, that skin's pretty good.
Got some good stuff coming out here, skin-wise.
You do have the prestige. No, that's not the prestige Fright Night Theory. That's just a normal Fright Night Theory.
Yeah, it's normal Fright Night. But yeah, normal's fine. I ain't gonna gatekeep any kind of.
We're not money spenders around here.
No.
We're the LBLCS.
Now Zammy with no skin, I'm hey, what's happening there?
I mean, listen. It's not like we can make the argument of, well, Seraphine only has an ultimate skin. So you got more than just that skin now.
And skins can be free. You can roll that shit.
True. You can roll it. It's not out of the blue. I rolled the ultimate skin on Seraphim, so like I got that one for free.
Right, we are going to get into this game. Match point for Rat Tactics Jokers, Jesters, Jays. If they can pull this one down, they will be going away with a W.
Patrick comedians.
Yeah, Rat Tactics, comedy stylings. Technically, all the people... I like that, Sammy. We're going to see a 5-point here from both these teams again. Nothing spicy going to be happening. I'll get everyone reordered here.
Oh yeah, I should probably do that really quick.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. All right. Got everyone in the correct order now. Now, this game, I expect bot lane to be a little bit less tumultuous. Both of these junglers don't really want to gank until they're level 6. Both pretty level 6 reliant here. So, I would expect a little bit of a sleepy early game, I say, as I take a big yawn. Zammy gonna land a little bit of poke. We'll take a little in return. I am excited to see something very different here from Lucifer. You know, Galio, Orianna are quite different champions in terms of playstyle and, you know, overall position of the comp. Signature Orianna. There's no shot he has 73 games in Dr. Jekyll, but I love the commitment. Drilling in practice hours for 4 hours. Wow. Well, you heard it here first. If Lucifer doesn't win on Orianna...
78,000 games this season. What?
I've seen some crazy numbers, but the crazy numbers are like a couple thousand games, not like 70,000. I don't know.
There's a guy on Twitter who had like 5,000 ranked games recently, and that's like a lot.
Can someone run me the numbers? Oh, quite a spicy mid lane here. Lucifer taking a lot of damage. And Woven Alchemist taking a lot too. Kirima looking to go in. Heal going to be utilized. The heal on the other side for the move speed going to be utilized as well. A tag on the end. Not quite going to be able to get it. Shirie. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so remember you said these lanes weren't going to be super tumultuous?
Yeah, it's Econ. What are you going to say? I was wrong.
Yeah, I was going to... it's Econ, dude.
Zammy going for
flow.
Red Panda first blood.
There he goes.
Going to go over to Zammy 2 slap in the bot lane.
Yeah, just... the range of Seraphim and that base damage from that Q paying dividends. Again, Seraphim is one of the highest range kind of support, like actual supports in the game. Is
Set and Divers making a very favorable trade there, blocking the what is that called? Where he does his shield and pushes forward.
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea.
My brain is saying Stand United, but that's Shenar.
That shit.
Yep.
It's I don't know.
The blocky push move.
It's one of the Cassante abilities of all time.
It sure is. Yep, we are just going to see the junglers pathing, clearing their camps, get their full clears done. Scuttle's going to be on the table here. There's a possibility that Nocturne could get a nice double Scuttle here, because he's going to be picking up this top Scuttle soon, and then as priority on that bottom lane. So could get a nice little CS lead from that. Wukong just not going to go for it, not going to push their luck, which I do appreciate as a Wukong player. I think oftentimes that can be the right choice. But we'll have to see what happens. Does have to go back to that top side to clear down, so I do expect that to be going over to the side.
Ooh.
There.
Yeah, gets that flash. Get that flash off the table, so he'll be able to get this wave nice and comfortably in, although Ace does have his TP, so won't be in too bad of a spot.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty okay. And, you know, got a little bit of scaling in the mid lane. A little dragon. Wants to chill.
Yep.
Getting a stack there. Nice.
Yeah, and again, this is the point of the lane where Orianna kinda needs to really dominate it, because again, level 9 Riley's complete on that Ace-Soul. And all these waves that Orianna's just shoving in are just gonna kind of be like instantly caught and kind of neutralized in front of that turret. So
Yeah.
kind of needs to keep pressing that early damage advantage that you have on Orianna against this Ace-Soul.
Yeah, and Zammy and Cremo trying to make a freeze here. I don't think they have quite enough minions, but it certainly will be a slow push out. And I do see the Nocturne go ahead and invading there, taking away that big chicken from Jimmy McElroy, using the priority that they have in that bot lane to push the CS lead they have here on the Nocturne.
Yeah, you're able to get that down, as now Zammy needs to be careful here. Jimmy McElroy is backing him up, so could potentially be okay. Baiting it right now, is very tops the wall.
We are going to see topside instead.
Now mid side.
Yep, and Lucifer low on mana here, so Shirie probably going to be able to get this push out.
I like to think that
Jimmy McElroy forced to flash away.
You remember, does not have that critical power button on that Wukong with Cyclone, so is still relatively weak. Again, he is still somewhat strong just because of the stat Q and the passive. Is here comes the
all out versus the World Ender, but we're gonna go back to bot lane.
Yep. Even the Director's Camp knows once those two abilities are used and Ace runs away, nothing's happening.
Yeah. Ultimate. Nothing. Trade an ult for an ult. We are going to see this wave crashing here for the side of the Rat Tactics Jesters again. And it looks like they're going to be trying to take down this dragon like they did in Game 1. Red Panda. Maybe a little bit of poke there.
Yeah, they do have the full cryo and health bar advantages in this bot side, so nothing's really going to come of this play. There is no real contest here. So that first dragon.
Anyway, Bardo's here. Woven Alchemist moving forward.
He's not sick, so
TP coming out here from Orianna as well. Bardo Jr. might be caught. Doesn't get CC'd at all though, but that is going to be Orianna TP for perhaps a little bit of a panic call here from the side of Sheepherd.
Yeah, again, you don't have your power buttons. You don't have, like, no one on this team really has their power buttons. I mean, you do have Sky's Descent and the Shockwave, but you don't have Zeri Ultimate, you don't have that Paranoia, so there's no contest, really. I mean, they're on it, they have the health bars advantage, bot lanes. You just kind of need a, hey, they got first dragon, it's okay, we'll get the next one.
Yeah. My goodness, that trade pattern from Cassante looked punishing. Has the Chain Vest as well as the Bramble Vest fully itemized into this Aatrox. It looked painful.
Yeah, it really is.
We're going to see a couple of wards coming out here. His Grubs will be started up, but no top laner just yet for the side of the Sheep, so we are seeing some things here. Cyclone going to be utilized, as is going to be the Starfall. Is going to find a second knockup from Lucifer. Does use the Sombrero ultimate. Now fleeing is Jimmy McElroy. One is going to go down. Bardo Jr. just barely staying alive. And now Asa is going to be the next target.
Available.
Set and Divers coming on through. Pullback is good. That is
really good stuff. I thought...
Go for it.
Oh. I was going to say... I didn't know how Nocturne died. We didn't really get to see. Guess he's dead.
I think it might have been a grub.
He died top lane, so Ace just kind of killed him.
Well, he was super low after the fight. What?
I think Ace just chased him then.
Okay. Yeah, he was
regardless,
incredibly low.
It was kind of a suspicious Nocturne ulti, I thought, because he kind of ulted right on top of the Aesol E onto the Wukong who was hitting his Orianna instead of just going on the Aesol. But a really, really good shockwave from Lucifer to kind of get them low. I thought he had phase rush. He didn't have phase rush. But be able to kind of get them low enough to where, hey, they're able to scoop up 2 kills and much better early game compared to the last time. Although Asol's now walking back over to these grubs here, No Skies Descend, no Cyclones available. You do still have the World Ender, but All Out is now on the table.
They are on their last grub, so it doesn't matter a ton, but Red Panda going to be in a lot of trouble. Does manage to get out, though. Now Bardo Jr. going to be the one in trouble. Jimmy McElroy going to be able to take that one down. Now Set and Diver is going to be taken out. That is going to be 2 kills over to the side of Rat Tactics Jesters in trade for those 3 grubs.
Yeah, and even though in that instance, it's like, yes, you do have even numbers. It is literally a 3-on-3. It's not an even fight because you have, it's a level 8, or at the time 7 Cassante. It's a level 7 Aesol and a level 7 or 6 Wukong against a level 6 Nocturne, level 7 Aatrox, and a level 5 Janna. That Janna isn't providing much, right? It's just the movement speed, a shield, and a knock up here and there, and that's it. That's all she's really providing. Your Orianna's not able to get there and give you that numbers advantage. So the grubs do go to the side of the sheep herd, but the fight goes to the Rat Tactics.
Yeah, and that Aesol, that scaling champion, now going to be sitting real pretty. Has that item completion. 1, 0, and 2. 100 gold shut down. They are even gold with their enemy laner. Overall, but you know, you're going to be really happy being on that scaling champion, getting those extra resources in this early mid-game.
Yeah, you are level 9 here, but Shockwave's now down here from Lucifer.
Oh, Shirye gets taken out by Lucifer. Dropped the Grand Starfall perhaps a little bit too short. Shutdown going to be claimed. And the Clockwork Lady going to be super happy about that one.
Yeah, gonna be really happy about that, picking up that solo kill, and I do understand why you're going Blackfire Twitch. You do get that Lost Chapter, so it does help you out with your mana sustain, and it does give you that extra early game burn, but you lose out on so much survivability without going that Rylai's, as Bardo Jr. is now kind of in the area. He's thinking about ulting. Here he comes.
Utilized here from Bardo, but from the back line, we see a huge Cyclone coming out here from Jimmy McElroy. A really nice Janna ult is going to keep him alive temporarily, but the Seraphine ult on the back end picks up 2 kills here for the side of Rat Tactics Jesters.
The classic lane game counter gank, just covering them while they're pushing up to the turret. Remember, once Nocturne goes in, he doesn't really have a dive buddy here.
That's going to be a condemn into the wall. You're taking up the turret, but the 3rd strike passive hits. That is a nice kill there for Cremo.
Yeah, really nice job in the spot lane. It converts from what was a play that the Sheep Herd started, ends up becoming 3 kills and the Dragon over to the Rat Tactics. So very nice for them. Again, I believe they're 1 feat away, one
monster,
one objective away. Yeah, from the feats of strength.
Yeah, absolutely.
He does have the all out here.
Oh! Set and Divers turns the tables on Asa.
We both thought he was going to have to do Cassante things.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, here comes the World Ender. He's just going to W him, not even use his ult, and just kill him. And Aatrox healing just gives him just enough HP to live it and win it.
Despite the Bramble Vest, Aatrox comes out on top, able to get that wave pushed in. Gonna be very, very pleased with that one.
Yep. Thus far, Sheepert fighting back, showing life. Their top side is really doing quite well. I mean, though, there's a bit of a CS difference in that top lane, but you know, pretty much evened out right now from the kills that Aatrox has been able to find. It's a good lead here in this mid lane. As right now, Lucifer really doing a good job with this burst, with these burst combos on the Aesol.
Yeah, Lucifer. I mean, obviously got that solo kill. Really, really nice from them. Looking forward to seeing how the skirmishes play out. I mean, I think we're definitely going to see a fight here in the next 50 seconds when you have that ult spawning. We're probably going to see another fight in 320 when that dragon spawns. Sammy going real aggressive here in the bot lane.
Right now, the biggest thing that you can do is, all out's going to come out here.
The World Ender not available. Flash going to be the response this time.
You're going to have to use that flash to get away from this Cassante. But again, despite the fact he got that solo kill, remember, it was under turret, so he wasn't able to really get that much. Lucifer
looking for the solo kill, just barely can't find it. But a root here is going to be available for Zammy. Tornado going to be the response. Sammy marching on forward, but here comes Bardo Jr. Woven Alchemist going to be able to pick that one up with a nice little burst. However, Jimmy not going to let this one stand. Another nice ultimate from Red Panda, keeping them barely alive, trying to do the damage. Bardo Jr. going to be taken out, and now Red Panda, Jimmy, looking for the kill, is going to be able to find it, but now it's going to be 1v2. However, they have health on their side, and a stacked Wukong passive is going to be able to pick up one more. Can they get the Quadra? Are they going to do it for the Wukong players in chat? Jimmy greets for the triple kill and gets taken out.
I respect it. You have to greed for it, right? You gotta greed for it. It's the Wukong kind of 2v4 Quadra, but really good job by kind of all parties there, right? It was a great opening pick onto that Seraphim. Did not let her use that Encore, but Jimmy McElroy constantly find the backline, able to get that Red Panda so low. Galestorm kind of keeps them alive just for a little bit longer, just so Woven Alchemist can pick up the Vayne there. But then at the very end, just the damage from Wukong has that finished Triforce, so he's able to kind of really push the tempo on, well, not really push the tempo, but really take it in these skirmishes, and comes out looking really strong.
Yeah, Sammy is unhinged. This is the most aggressive Seraphim player I think I've ever seen. Especially into a Nocturne. Just walks forward.
Especially with Moonstone. Like, this isn't like an AP, like, oh, I'm going, like, Locket or something. No, it's just Moonstone. There's no resistances attached to that.
Yeah, it's just Moonstone. And we are going to see blue side here setting up there for that Herald, but also going to be a ward on it from the side of the Steep Herd, so nothing going to happen without the other side's knowledge/permission. As we see Jimmy McElroy actually pathing away, and now 46 seconds on this Drake. I'm actually expecting that to be the next major clash.
Yeah, it will be, and this fight is gonna be explosive. It's gonna come down to the Nocturne Ori combo.
Yeah,
I think so. I mean, because whoever wins this kind of sets the tempo for the majority of these fights, because if you're able to get the Nocturne Ori combo off successfully, I mean, you blow someone up, you're able to kind of, you stop one dragon stacking, and so here comes Nocturne ulti.
Nocturne ulti going to be utilized there, but doesn't look like anything's going to happen. Perhaps Asol just wasn't in vision anymore.
I'm stuck on top lane, by the way. I'm just watching these top laners.
Yeah.
Like, we're legitimately... Oh. That was insane. That was crazy that he was allowed to do that.
Yeah, Sammy incredibly low here. Bardo Jr. 4 members going to be found, but Jimmy McElroy finds the 3-man ultimate into the triple combo knock-up from the second charge of the ultimate, and it is looking like it is all coming up rat tactics as Cremo going forward, looking for Red Panda, flashes for this kill. They want to do Vayne things, and they're going to be able to get it. Double kill there for Cremo, and this drag goes over to the side of RTJ.
Yeah, Lucifer just kind of didn't really get any value there, right? He still has the Shockwave available, but that's, I think, in large part, he doesn't have a dive partner outside of Nocturne, right? And Nocturne already blew Paranoia to try and pick the Asol. So now there's no real dive partner, and trying to hit a Vayne without something to put the ball on top of her is really hard. So, really nice job. I mean, securing that fight and by the right tactics, and now on Soul Point, Herald Pinks are coming down, and potentially this mid game proving fruitful for them.
Yeah, Jimmy going there on to the Aatrox, but Aatrox is 2 levels up. Such is the curse of being a jungler who is ahead. Sammy again, finding a nice route. And they look like they are sniffing around this Herald here.
They do have all their big ults.
Going to utilize their Oriana combo, beautifully executed. Removes Cremo from the fight entirely, giving the Sheep Herd World Ender going forward. Zammy This is the risk of that forward play style, but are going to be able to get out of there safely. Lucifer. Oh, Zammy. Oh, Zammy, it's so scary, but not quite completely fine. But the ultimate coming out from the Wukong is absolutely massive. Jimmy McElroy does it again. Bardo Jr. forced to run for the hills. The Seraphine Wukong combo comes up huge to turn the play.
Yeah, it's just the big circle with the big rectangle on top of it combo, right? It just, hey, there's two people in front of us, let's just dump all of our ultimates on them. We're able to get those 2 picks. Herald is now theirs even after losing their vein, so really good job. And
really good job. Bardo Jr. with a sneaky little recall there. Managed to just barely escape the Dragon's Breath.
I know, yeah, that Aesol was just kind of like radaring like around that area, just trying to see if it was going to hit anything.
Otacon now going to be started up here for Rat Pack Jesters. They are looking to put themselves in command and control of Game 2.
Yeah, this would be really big because it's going to give more levels, especially to that Aesol, as well get him to level 14. Seraphine will get to level 11, I'm pretty sure, or at least very close. Actually, neither of them level up, so what do I know? But they'll be close to leveling up once they get back to the wave.
Yeah, 1,500 gold lead here for this Wukong of their lane opponent. 1,400 for Vayne, Primo. About 1,500 also for the Seraphine there. Bardo might be in a little bit of trouble. Here comes the Grand Starfall. Bardo going to be knocked up by that Cyclone, taken out. Actually, it wasn't the Grand Starfall. It was just the E. But because of the skin, I thought the animation was different.
It's okay.
Using that Herald here in mid lane. Turret will likely fall. Lucifer. Oh my goodness!
Oh, nice!
Manages to dodge the command shockwave by using the Herald.
Yeah, so really good use of that Herald. They're going to get the second charge off. Here comes Jimmy potentially.
Here comes Jimmy. Looking for it. Set and Diver's actually forced to flash away there from Ace. Now going to be going all out, and he does not yield. Those are the Cassante things that we were promised.
Yep, just had to potentially just try and get that auto off. Maybe just try and get him some level of healing. But tries to burn out. Not able to. Cassante has like 1 trillion dashes. You're not getting away from that champion if he like touches you.
Yeah. It's very punishing to play into a Cassante as Zammy's aggressive playstyle continues. Contest everything at all costs. Seems to be, and Jimmy going forward. Ultimate going to be utilized there from Zammy with 30 seconds to Drake spawn. That won't be available now for that Drake fight if the sheep want to look to contest.
Yeah, and so if you're sheep, you have to. It's understandable. Like, yes, you want to dive off the same speed of which
ultimate also, and Primo yet again is absolutely.
Here they come right behind him, though.
From Zammy, and here comes the Grand Starfall, along with the Cyclone double kill. Going to be there for Shirie, and it looks like they have simply put Primo on the sacrificial altar.
Yeah, they said like, look, buddy, you are bait. Right? That's what they tell him, like, you are bait, buddy. But I mean, this is kind of one of the things that, like, this is one of the big things about this game right now. Is like, yes, they're able to find Cremo all the time, and Cremo just isn't really allowed to play the game. But they stepped so far forward to get it taken care of. Excuse me, that there's really nothing left. Like, they don't really have any tools to play the extended fight, and when the enemy comp is Wukong, Aesol, Seraphine, Cassante, like, yeah, you got the AD carry. That's great. But there's so many ways to, like, there's so many team fighting tools on the other side that you kind of have to get that pick and then just get away. Get away as fast as you can.
Yeah. It's hard, especially when you have the flanking Seraphine.
That is true.
Coming out here from Rat Tactics. Yeah, Mountain Soul going to be here for the side of the Sheep Herd. as we are going to see yet again some supportal combat. Sammy going forward. Shockwave going to be utilized. Sammy might be in a little bit of trouble. There comes the Nocturnal Flash going to be utilized, but Bardo has a spell shield. And Zammy getting punished for playing so far up.
Yeah, this is perfect, right? They get that pick, they all get away. Right? It buys them time, it buys them space, it lets them reset some vision control.
They don't
That
have to
is
contest Baron immediately. Well, they might be going
Exactly.
for it.
Yeah, they might be. Pings are coming out, or pings are at least coming out on this Asol here.
Yeah. Ooh, the dash is going to be blocked there. Kyrie might be in trouble. Let's have
Yeah, see, but this is the problem. Look at the wave.
Yeah.
Look at the wave.
World Ender going to be utilized though, and Bardo Jr. is going to be sitting from behind. That's going to be the TP coming out. Grand Starfall does so much damage. As now Jimmy McElroy is going to be here, as well as Cremo. Asa looking to go forward into 4. They go all out. They have no fear. Cremo flashing forward to look to help with the barrage and onslaught of damage. Bardo Jr. going to be one bolt away from death. Is eventually going to fall. Red Panda going to be the last member alive from the side of the sheep herd. And Rat Tactics Jesters take them all down and turn their sights to their favorite, Big Purple Worm.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good idea diving the Asol, punching him on the side lane, but you don't have your big pick tools. You don't have Paranoia, you don't have Shockwave, and so they just kind of have to try and, like, all 5 commit to it, and they're thinking they can blow him up fast enough where they can get to Baron, but Asol just, like I said, he nukes waves. He's got double burn, he's got the Riley, so the wave just dies in front of him, and it just buys him so much time for the rest of the team to get there, punish them, and now they get the Baron as their reward.
Yep. And trying to hold on to the onslaught of all of these neutrals, all of these buffs. Going to be the side of the sheep herders. You know, props to Jimmy McElroy. This has really been a series for them. Obviously with the Pantheon in Game 1 and now with the Wukong in Game 2, highlighting both of these champions very, very well. I will be excited to see other series where those champs are taken out and see what they're forced to play in Fearless, because honestly, they seem like kind of my style.
Yeah, I mean, they have been playing really well. I mean, the biggest thing, they've been playing these fights and skirmishes really, really efficiently. Like, they've been finding really nice engages, they're hitting the targets they need to be hitting, and they've looked really well. I mean, they're not farming as much, but I feel like they're just so focused on these skirmishes and being proactive, that honestly, you can kind of live with that, right?
If the skirmishes land heads up, it's fine if you're not farming.
Correct.
It just hurts if they land face down.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah. Jimmy doesn't see that bridge.
He just sees a straight road in front of him.
Mm-hmm. We're seeing lots of pings coming out here from the side of the sheep. White gonna be there.
Nocturne Ori both on flank, so they might try and find a big Shockwave here.
We're gonna look for it. Shockwave going to be utilized, but only we're going to be able to find one. Now Wukong is going to be killing off the ADC, going forward unstoppable, and that's just going to be a melter. Kyrie turns on the microwave, and now Lucifer is the last one left alive. Jimmy McElroy not wanting them to get out. The nice little application of the Rylai's, and that, I think, is going to be game in favor of the Rat Tactics Jesters.
That is going to be the game. It was a great last attempt. Desperation Hours just tried to maybe find a miracle Shockwave, but Rat Tactics do the proper thing. They spread out. They don't let the Nocturne Ori hit multiple people, and they're going to pick themselves up a nice 2-0 in Week 2.
Yeah. Just going to be a matter of time before these turrets get taken out. Respawns are coming through. We could potentially see a last-ditch attempt from Woven Alchemist here, but they are full hitting the Nexus. They are not baited by the Vladimir at all. And that's going to be a series dub for the Rat Tactics Jesters.
Yeah, really clean mid-game fighting all around. I mean, Shire had a bit of a rough early game. I can't deny it, but once he got into that side lane, he did Asol things. Again, he let the game damage. Right, so he really did a good job there, and just kind of weathering that storm in that lane, and then Like I said, once you got to that side lane, he's just like, oh, Nacho Oriana's not going after me? Okay. And just kind of microwaved some waves, picked up a bunch of farm, hit their atoms, and then became a monster.
Yep. Classic monster gameplay. As that's gonna do it for us today here at the Low Budget LCS. I hope you're enjoying the sounds and sights of my waffle iron. If you want to know, this is the Cuisinart Belgian round flip double waffle maker. Lots of people putting Cremo up on the pedestal. Yeah, we out here making waffles. What of it? As,
one more waffle for the night.
Mm-hmm. Well, I gotta finish off the batter, you know.
Right. You know, can't let good batter go to waste, right?
And like good batter really waste. All right, let's see who is.
Well, there's only one person in their call right now. Everyone else has got a call.
No, I wasn't gonna do interview.
Oh, okay.
My throat's hurting me a little bit, so I was gonna call it a day.
That's fair. That's fair.
I was going to try and figure out who to raid, but I'm not seeing any like other leagues or you know, like
you can try to see if you could raid. I don't know.
Oh, you know who is streaming? I don't think they're currently participating, but they used to. Seni Ursa. I'll send you.
Oh yeah.
Over there. Good friend to the Low Budget LCS. Seni Ursa. One of our most popular followers, fun fact. As you know, as we get ready to go over there, Zodiac, you want to take us out with your classic phrase?
I would love to send us all out. Remember, everyone, this is Zodiac from the Low Budget, joined by Propobo. We loved casting for you guys. Remind everyone, just cut it off.
No. No.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you smashed the list. All right.
No.
Take it from the top.
You said
remember, everyone,
so I blew a kiss.
Oh, how nice. Remember, everyone, to stay in drugs, eat your skull, and don't do vegetables.